We progressed to media strategy and planning, and so far we have done work on radio and television. We had PSAs that were running. They're not currently running now, in various stages of the ban, to ensure that persons are kept up to date on what is actually allowed, what is actually not permitted. So we did that on our 2 local television stations, and we have done PSAs on over 13 radio stations locally. And I had mentioned previously, in terms of hearing from our stakeholders, key of which are Rainforest Seafoods and also Oraka Bay Fish Sanctuary. So moving on to stakeholder relations, we had to take the message where the people are. So we used the opportunity to participate in community fairs, and on the left, the 4-H Club had a fair in St. Catherine, and we participated in that. We also had Green Expo, which is an environmental expo, in 2019, and we had the opportunity to engage varying persons from schools, from businesses, from persons in the hospitality where they have environmental departments. So we've had some good reach where that is concerned. We've also done what we call blitzes. The blitz is we go into the various town centers and into various parishes, and we've been to all 14 parishes since 2019, and we even did a revisit to one parish in Hanover for International Plastic Bag Free Day in 2019, where when we did our blitz, we noticed that Hanover was one of the parishes that had the least amount of alternatives. So, and in terms of the transition, so we felt that it was necessary, and we gave them some special attention and spent the day there with them, working with the National Solid Waste Management Authority, talking to them about using sustainable practices, as well as the 3 R's. So continuing on stakeholder relations, International Coastal Cleanup Day continues to be one of the major activities because it shows impact. It shows us impact. We see the amount of plastics that are being collected on the coastline. And if in just 3 hours we can collect so many pounds of plastics, imagine what is happening on a daily basis. And this is something that we do just once a year. But to further that initiative, since 2016, the National Environment and Planning Agency has an Adopt a Beach program, which we encourage groups of 3 or more persons to clean sections of the coastline at least 4 times a year. So you adopt a beach, we provide you with a kit to help you to conduct those cleaning activities. Concerning digital marketing, as I mentioned previously, Plastic Free Jamaica is our flagship activity. And for that, we are also looking at strongly at the refusal aspect for persons to say no and to utilize the alternatives that were available at the time. The same continued for search marketing. I remembered when we ran this, I used to get screenshots of when persons saw these ads running, and when you click on them, they would provide you with the more information on the items that are banned and also on alternatives. So search and digital marketing has been a critical component in reaching persons who we may not have reached in going into town centers and communities, participating in community development committee meetings, meeting with schools. We may not have touched all of them, but search marketing is one way. We know persons do utilize Google search from time to time, and so search marketing was very critical. In terms of the partnerships, so when I was actually preparing for this presentation, I tried to make sure that I covered every single one. But these are just some of the main partners, and I'm sure that there are more. And if I've omitted you, it's not intentional. But some of our partners have included government and non-governmental organizations, the Jamaica Information Service, which has provided us with some excellent support during the time, the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, the NSWMA, the National Compliance and Regulation Authority, JN Money, and we also work with JN Money to execute a campaign called Totally Plastic Free Jamaica, where we went into various sections across the island and provided information, had conversations with the public, and also provided them with alternatives. So that was an initiative that was sponsored by JN Money. So you can leave that up, Andrea. In terms of communicating the message, these are the tactics that we have utilized. Primarily concerning the plastic ban. We know that the pandemic has really hampered a lot of the things that we have been doing. But from my experience with plastics, it has been a good one, and we have seen some changes, but we have also seen some regression as well. And that has required us to do additional interventions in the space and to do some more work. One key partner that we have been working and it just dawned on me that I hadn't included their logo, was the Jamaica Constabulary Force, because a lot of times we do also enforcement drives, and we go with the Jamaica Constabulary Force, and they have also been a source of information to help us to boost our compliance as well. So in carrying out all of this, partnerships, I believe, is the most essential component of the work that we've done so far. Thank you.